seen every major revolution in history, industrial, digital, and now artificial intelligence power has always shifted toward those who adapt fastest. For small nations, the AI revolution is both a breathtaking opportunity and an existential threat. In this new age, survival is not determined by land, population, or military might but by data, innovation, and the ability to control algorithms that shape economies, societies, and even human thought. The world's largest powers, the United States, China, and the European Union, are investing trillions into artificial intelligence. They own most of the data centers, design the most powerful chips, and control the largest tech corporations. Their AI models are trained on global data sets, giving them unprecedented influence over communication, trade, and even public opinion. Meanwhile, small nations watch as these giants define the ethical standards, the markets, and the digital infrastructures that will dictate how the rest of the world lives and works. For many small countries, the danger isn't just economic, it's existential. When an algorithm developed abroad decides which local businesses succeed, which citizens get loans, or which social content goes viral, national sovereignty becomes blurred. The tools of the digital age, AI-driven surveillance, automated governance, predictive policing can either empower a nation or enslave it. And in a world where algorithms make critical decisions faster than any government can react, small nations risk losing control not just of their economies, but of their very identities. Take the example of Estonia, a country of barely 1.3 million people. After regaining independence in 1991, it faced the challenge of rebuilding from scratch, but rather than trying to compete traditionally, it went digital. Estonia digitized every aspect of its administration. Citizens vote online, pay taxes online, access healthcare online, and sign documents digitally. The result, a nation that operates almost entirely in cyberspace. Estonia's e-residency program now allows entrepreneurs from across the world to run companies registered there, effectively expanding its economy beyond physical borders. This digital transformation proved that being small can also mean being incredibly efficient. Then there's Singapore, a nation with no natural resources but a vision sharper than any steel. Recognizing that data was the oil of the future, Singapore launched its national AI strategy, a roadmap to integrate AI into healthcare, education, transportation, and defense. But what sets Singapore apart is its focus on trust and ethics. By creating transparent frameworks for AI use, it has become a model for how technology can be both powerful and responsible. In doing so, Singapore ensures that its citizens are not merely subjects of algorithms but beneficiaries of them. Finland provides another powerful case. With a small population and limited global influence, Finland could have easily fallen behind. Instead, it launched a free online course called Elements of AI to teach its entire population and the world the fundamentals of artificial intelligence. The course has now reached hundreds of thousands of learners worldwide. By educating not just engineers but everyday citizens, Finland redefined national strength. Knowledge became its weapon, and digital literacy became its shield. However, the story is very different for developing small nations across Africa, Asia, and Latin America. Many of these countries are rich in human talent, but poor in infrastructure. They lack high-speed internet, data centers, and AI research hubs. Their digital economies are dominated by foreign tech giants, meaning their citizens' data often flows overseas, fueling someone else's algorithms. The result is digital dependency. Just as colonial powers once controlled raw materials, modern tech empires now control data streams, creating a new kind of digital colonialism. For example, an African farmer may use a free AI-based weather prediction app, but that app is powered by servers in Silicon Valley or Every time he inputs local data, it trains a foreign AI model, improving a system that his nation doesn't own. In time, that same model could be sold back to his government for millions. The cycle repeats. Data leaves the country, innovation leaves with it, and sovereignty erodes, bit by bit. But this future is not inevitable. Small nations can turn their size into strength. Unlike massive superpowers burdened by bureaucracy, small states can pivot faster, experiment boldly, and collaborate openly. They can adopt open-source AI frameworks, invest in community-level innovation, and establish shared research alliances that rival even the largest nation's capabilities. The Nordic AI Alliance, for instance, connects Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Iceland in joint research and data sharing, initiatives proving that unity can amplify impact. Education will remain the cornerstone of this survival. Countries that invest in AI literacy at every level, from primary schools to public policy, will not only create a tech-savvy workforce, but also a population capable of questioning, auditing, and guiding AI systems responsibly. National AI policies must ensure that local languages, cultures, and values are reflected in the technology. Otherwise, global algorithms will flatten cultural diversity and replace it with homogenized corporate logic. Ethics and governance are areas where small nations can lead decisively. Without the geopolitical baggage of superpowers, they can champion responsible AI frameworks, digital privacy rights, and fair data practices on the global stage. A small nation with moral authority can influence world policy far more effectively than one with economic clout. We've already seen this with countries like New Zealand, which has taken a human-centered approach to technology, prioritizing well-being over raw productivity. The survival of small nations in the AI age ultimately depends on vision, on whether leaders treat AI as a tool of dependency or as a vehicle for sovereignty. It requires courage to invest in education, infrastructure, and homegrown innovation when foreign solutions seem cheaper and easier. But independence has never come cheap, and digital independence will be no exception. The AI revolution is rewriting the global order in the coming decades. Nations will not be divided by geography, but by intelligence, those who control their algorithms and those who are controlled by them. Small nations that act today by building ethical AI, fostering open collaboration, and nurturing human creativity will not merely survive. They will become moral and technological beacons in an age ruled by machines. Because, in the end, the survival of small nations won't depend on how powerful their machines are, but how wisely they use them.